channel. Today I want to share with you some of my favorite recipes using this rotisserie chicken. I have 10 meals laid out for you in this video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing that we're going to be making is chicken ranch lasagna. So to a medium saucepan, I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 cans of evaporated milk. Yes, you guys, 3 cans. But trust me guys, this was very, very delicious. So just trust the process on this. And then you're going to need 2 ounces of ranch seasoning. And then you're just going to give that a mix. And you're just going to mix up until it thickens up just a bit. Next, we're going to add in 1 block of cream cheese. I just went ahead and diced it up just because it's easier to kind of stir and for it to melt. While all of that was going, I did have some lasagna noodles. I have 12 lasagna noodles that I wanted to go ahead and cook, get those nice and cook through al dente. And then to a 9x13 pan, I'm going to go ahead and put in about 1/3 of my sauce at the very bottom. And then I'm going to put in 3 noodles and then some chicken. And then I have a little bit of some Monterey Jack cheese, and then I have a little bit of cheddar cheese. The total amount of cheeses is about 2 cups. So a cup of cheddar and then a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. And then I did go ahead and cook up about 5 slices of bacon. And I'm just layering this, so you guys can layer it however you guys prefer. But I like to put like a good amount of cheese and bacon and sauce on top, making it like a really good, nice and even layered lasagna. I put this in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. This is what it turns out to be after it's all done. This is my favorite way to have lasagna. I'm not a big red sauce lasagna fan, but this was divine. I love it. It was so creamy, and with the cream cheese and the ranch, it was just so delicious. So we actually paired this with some corn and a side salad. I love having like a pasta with just some salad. I think that is just phenomenal. But of course you guys can choose whatever type of sides that you want. But this was just so creamy with the cream cheese and with the evaporated milk. This was a huge hit. Up next are chicken enchiladas, one of my favorite meals to make. So to a medium saucepan, I'm just going to go ahead and start melting 3 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of cumin, also 1 teaspoon of coriander, and then just give that a good mix until all that butter is nice and melted through and, you know, the spices are combined properly. Next, we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of flour and give that a good stir as well. Alright, I'm also going to stir in 1.5 cups of chicken broth until that is nice and thick. Once it has thickened up, we're going to add in 3/4 cup of sour cream and 1 can of green chilies, giving that another good stir until all of that is well combined. Next, we're going to come over to our table and we're going to put in about 1.5 cups of shredded up chicken. And then I just sprinkled it with some taco seasoning. I'm also going to put in another can of green chilies. And then I'm going to put in 1 can of corn, 1 cup of black beans, and yes, it kind of looks frozen because I make my black beans and then I freeze them and put them in bags. I'm also going to put in about 1.5 cups of some shredded up cheese. I just did like this Monterey Jack blend. And then I put in about 1/2 cup of that sauce that we had already made. And I'm just going to mix that all together. We're going to put that to the side. I'm going to come and get a 9x13 pan. And we're going to just layer these tortillas to making some enchiladas. So now I'm just putting about 1/4 cup of that mixture that we just made into each tortilla. This did about 8 different tortillas. And then I'm just going to drizzle that sauce right on top. And then we're going to put a little bit of cheese right on top of that. And it's ready to go in the oven. I put this at 375 for about 30 minutes. After it's done cooking, this is what it looks like. I really like to have like the ends kind of on the crispy side. This was divine. This is like my go-to recipe when it comes to like chicken enchiladas. My family absolutely loves it. I love it. It's considered more of like a green chili enchilada. So good. Pair it with some rice and some chips. You have a phenomenal meal. All right, next we're going to be making some chicken pot pie bubble up. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get a 9x13 pan, and I just lightly greased it. Anytime I'm dealing with biscuits, I always want to go ahead and grease it because I don't want that sticking to the very bottom. I just cut up some biscuits. I just had 1 can, and then I just cut them up into about 6 different pieces. Put that at the very bottom of my 9x13 pan. Now to a medium-sized bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Also 1 cup of sour cream. And then I need about 10 ounces of mixed vegetables. And I just did this frozen bag of mixed vegetables. And then I'm also going to add about 2 to 3 cups of rotisserie chicken, whatever type of shredded chicken. For this video, of course, we're using a like Costco rotisserie chicken. So it's whatever you guys can have on hand and what you want to use. I particularly love the Sam's version of their rotisserie chickens. I think they are the best. They are my favorite. But for this video, I just went to Costco. And now we're just going to go ahead and stir all that mixture together. And now we're just going to place it right on top of our biscuits. I want to make sure it's nice and smooth, nice and level on top so it'll cook properly. And then I did not season this when I stirred everything together, so I'm just putting in some salt and some pepper just right on top. And then, of course, it's more like a casserole, so I have to add some cheese to this to make it taste a little bit better. So I added about 1.5 cups of some like Mexican blend cheese. Okay, and then I put this in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. It came out looking like this, and I had to kind of check the middle of it so you can kind of see me poking at the middle. I just wanted to make sure that those biscuits were cooked through in the middle there. I always check that with biscuits. Any type of dough, I'm always like checking the middle of it just to make sure. So you never know. So this came out to be really good. It was more of like a fast and easy type of a casserole, something that you can make in no time flat. Most of the ingredients I had on hand anyways. This was one of my family's favorites. They really enjoyed it. This is one of those meals that you really don't need any type of side with it because it has the bread, it has the vegetables already in it, but I always like to have like a salad with my casseroles. I think that just hits the spot perfectly. Okay, now we're going to be doing this Ritz chicken casserole. So I'm going to need a 9x13 pan. We're just going to lightly grease that. And then I have about 4 cups of rotisserie chicken here. So it's almost like a full chicken. And I'm just going to put that at the very bottom. Now I'm going to grab a medium bowl. We're going to put in 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. 1 cup of sour cream. Just give that a good stir. Okay, we're just going to set that to the side and then bring our 9x13 pan back. And so we're just going to put that mixture right on top of the chicken. You can also just like mix this all together in a big bowl. It's kind of whatever you want to do. I'm just going to do it like this, and then I just kind of spread that sauce just right on top of that chicken. Okay, and then I did about half of a sleeve of Ritz crackers, but then I actually ended up doing the whole thing because half of a sleeve just did not seem like a lot of crackers to me. So I ended up doing a whole sleeve, and I just crushed these up. They're very crumbly, so it doesn't take very much effort to crush these up. And then I have about 4 tablespoons of butter that I just went ahead and melted, and I'm just going to put that right on top of the crackers. All right, and then I placed this in the oven at 350 for 35 minutes. This is what it looked like after it was all done. This is a very, very simple meal to make. It was very good. I think this would be even better if it had some type of like noodle in it, but I think this was still really good. We served this with some vegetables and some bread and a salad on the side. This was really delicious. My kids did really enjoy this, and I just love like the Ritz crackers on top. I love any type of meal that has Ritz crackers on top. It's gonna be delicious, y'all. Okay, next I wanted to do some barbecue chicken quesadillas. This is something that either you can do like the quesadillas or you can just do like a sandwich. There's so many different varieties that you can do with barbecue chicken. I love making it into quesadillas. I think that's really good. Also with some homemade bread, making it into sandwiches is good that way with like the thick sliced bread. So here I'm just putting down a tortilla and I'm just letting it get nice and toasty. And I'm just gonna evenly put out some barbecue chicken. You can also put in some like caramelized onions. That would be so good. I was just feeding my children, so I didn't really care for adding any extra onions because they're just gonna pick it off anyways. And then I topped it with some mozzarella cheese, and that is it. Just make sure it's nice and toasty on both sides. And then I served it up. Now this we had for more like a lunch, but this is such an easy like lunch idea. It's better than having, you know, the same old boring things every single day for lunch. So a lot of times I do like to change it up for me and for my kids. But yeah, they really enjoyed the barbecue chicken quesadillas. Next, we're going to be making a chicken Alfredo casserole. So I need 3 tablespoons of butter that I'm just going to go ahead and melt. I'm also going to add in about a tablespoon of garlic and just stir that together just for about a minute or two. Next, I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of flour and then just give that another good stir, getting that flour combined with that butter. Okay, and then we're going to take 2 cups of milk and then 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and then go ahead and give that a good stir. Okay, now we need 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and then 1 cup of mozzarella. And then we're just going to give that another good stir as well. Just want to get that stirred until it's nice and thick. Once it's nice and thick, then we're going to go ahead and add in 3 cups of cooked chicken, our rotisserie chicken that we're going to be using. And then also 12 ounces of cooked penne pasta. And then just go ahead and give that a good stir. I do want to say that probably 10 ounces of pasta would be about right because this came out a little bit on the dry side. So either add more liquid or take away from the pasta. But I just took this to a 9x13 pan and I'm just making it nice and level. And then I didn't season anything while I was making everything, so I just went ahead and put in a little bit of salt and pepper just right on top, and then a little bit of parsley because I love Italian dishes that have like the parsley or the Italian seasoning, whichever you guys prefer. Okay, and then I'm just going to top it with probably about another cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to put this in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes. This is what it came out to look like after it was done. So delicious. It was so good. I love a good chicken Alfredo. This was delicious, nice and creamy. I paired ours with some green beans and some salad. It was absolutely perfect. Okay guys, now we're going to be making one of my favorite meals out of this whole video, and this is this Dorito Casserole. This one is so delicious. Maybe not the best for you, but definitely delicious. I need 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and we're just going to put it in a large bowl. Okay, and then I need 1 cup of black beans, 1 can of Rotel, and then 2 cups of cheddar cheese, and 2 cups of rotisserie chicken, along with 3 cups of crushed up Doritos. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and give that a really good stir. Get all that stuff mixed through, which will take just a little bit because my bowl is almost overflowing, so it took me just a minute to get it together. And then I decided, you know what, it needs some corn, so I added 1 cup of corn to it as well and give that another good stir. I have a 9x13 pan. I'm just going to lightly grease it, and I'm just going to put that mixture at the very bottom. Now, the recipe did call for me putting a cup of crushed up chips at the very bottom, but I decided to put it at the very end, to put it on top instead of on the bottom. But it's kind of whatever your preference is on that one. So I just smoothed everything out and then put another cup of crushed up Doritos just right on top. And then I put about another cup to a cup and a half of this taco blend of cheeses just right on top of that. And then just smooth it out. I put this in the oven at 350 for 35 minutes. It came out looking absolutely beautiful. This was very creamy. The cream of chicken soup just made it really creamy. And yeah, me and my family really enjoyed this one. We, like all of our other casseroles, we seem to pair it with a salad. I just really enjoy a good salad. And then we pair it with some corn as well. My husband was just like in love with this. There were no leftovers. We ate everything. It was so delicious. Okay, another one that we did is a Monterey chicken bubble up. So we took 2 small cans, like the junior cans of biscuits, just chopped them up into like 6 pieces, and then just put them at the very bottom of a 9x13 pan. In a large bowl, we put 2 cups of rotisserie chicken, and then you're going to need 1 to 1.5 cup of this chopped up spinach. I also need 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And then we'll do 1 cup of sour cream. And about 1.5 cups of Monterey Jack cheese. I also have these like fried frizzled onions, so I need about 1 cup of that as well. And then we're just going to give that a good stir, getting all that together. Now that spinach is a little bit on the frozen side, so it just took me a minute to make sure that that was kind of broke up, but it will definitely thaw as it is cooking, so no problemo there. Okay, we're going to bring back our 9x13 pan. We're just going to put this right on top of our biscuits. We're just going to smooth it out to make it nice and level. All right, and then we're just going to take about another cup of that frizzled fried onions and just put it right on top. Give it a nice little texture right on top there. That's it. We're going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes at 350. It comes out looking absolutely gorgeous. So delicious. This is just really creamy. I really enjoy a good bubble up. I love the Monterey Jack cheese in it. It just added just a little bit of a hint of spice to it, but not too much that my kids wouldn't eat it. The biscuits are like perfectly golden brown on the bottom. You guys, this was a huge hit, and my kids, you know, are kind of iffy about like the green vegetables. They loved this one, and I just paired this with like some bread and a salad and called it good. Next, we're going to be making this keto chicken casserole. This one was a huge hit. I was very, very well pleased with it. So I need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1/3 cup of sour cream. I'm going to need just about 1/2 teaspoon of this chicken bouillon powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and then go ahead and just give that a good stir. All right, now that that's thickened up, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my casserole dish. So at the very bottom of a 9x13 pan, I'm going to go ahead and put in about 4 cups of the shredded up rotisserie chicken. I also need 1/2 cup of cottage cheese. And my husband does not like cottage cheese, but you cannot even taste it at all. And he ended up really enjoying this meal. So don't even worry. If people don't like cottage cheese, it's still good. And then I did go ahead and add 1 cup of shredded cheddar jack cheese. And then I'm going to go ahead and put all of that cream sauce that we had made at the stove. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here as well. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give that a good stir. Getting all of that cream sauce mixed in with the chicken. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of this bag, so probably another cup to cup and a half of that cheddar jack cheese right on top. I also had a little bit of Parmesan that I wanted to add to this as well. So I put about another probably 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then I wanted to top this with something. So I use these Quest chips. I don't know if I said that right. But I just crushed up these chips and put it on top, which was a great addition for a keto meal. That way it's like 100% keto, staying on the plan there. And I cooked this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. This was just heavenly. It was so creamy, so good. I can't even describe it to you guys. It was just one of the ones that you just have to try. And of course, you don't have to make this 100% keto. You can put whatever topping you want. If you want to do like some Doritos on the top, that would be amazing. But the cream mixture in this was just so phenomenal. I just really enjoyed it. We paired this with some green beans and a salad as well. Okay guys, and for my last one, I decided to do some chicken spaghetti. It is one of my favorite things. If you guys know me, you all know I love spaghetti. So I just made some noodles, about 16 ounces of noodles, and then whatever remaining chicken that I had on hand is what I used. I just tried to get that shred up the best that I can. I'm going to add about 1 ounce of taco seasoning. Kind of get that mixed in there, along with 1 can of cream of chicken soup. I'm also going to add 1 can of Rotel, or any like off brand is fine too. And then about 1/2 cup of sour cream, and then just go ahead and give that a good stir. I found that using tongs was like the best way to get this all stirred through properly. And then, of course, I'm going to top it with some cheese because it's not a good casserole without the cheese. So I'm just using like some mozzarella cheese, about 1.5 cups. Put this in the oven, 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. So good, so delicious. You guys are not going to be upset that you made this. This obviously goes good with the salad. I love spaghetti with like some breadsticks and a salad. Seriously, the best, y'all. I don't know if you guys like spaghetti as much as I do, but it is one of my favorites. Gotta try it, y'all. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do enjoy it, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing below. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.